What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new, and welcome back to Vlogmas. Today's video is very exciting because I'm going to be talking about my lactose-free favorites. If you don't know, I found out in my adult years that I'm lactose intolerant. The reason I kind of found this out is just based on like process of elimination or like elimination diet. I think it's called something, I'm not sure. So I will say I've never like seen a doctor about this, which I don't know. We won't get into that today. It's a story for another time. But I found out that I was lactose intolerant after I experienced a lot of issues with gas, like my stomach always hurting. I literally used to burp all the time. It was like, people thought it was funny, but like it was actually gross, like way too much. So I was like, something seems off. So I started eliminating foods from my diet, like one at a time, kind of isolating them out. And I came to find that lactose is what was doing it to me. So I wanted to make a video all about some of my lactose-free favorites. I have a couple snacks and then I have a couple cooking ingredients that I like to use because I actually cook a lot. We hardly ever eat out. We're always cooking our own meals, and learning to cook with a lactose intolerance or like with a food allergy has been a whole new thing for me. So the first thing I want to do is give a small shout out to one of you guys. One of my subscribers, this is so exciting, commented on my Vlogmas from last year where I did my top 10 Trader Joe's dairy-free favorites, which was a really fun video. And at that point I had done only dairy-free, but Nature's Glitter Mel, I think is what it says, commented and said that the video was super helpful and asked if I had any updated videos on lactose-free favorites. So I decided to make this video just for you, and I'm very excited to share them. First things first that I want to say is the video I did last year, like I said, was dairy-free favorites. Today I want to talk about lactose-free favorites. So if you're lactose intolerant, you might have this experience like I did, where at first I cut out all of dairy. Like anything dairy, I cut it out. I was eating like vegan cheese and a lot of dairy substitutes like nut milks, things like that. And that was fine, but then I kind of started to experiment. Once I realized that dairy seemed to be the problem, I kind of experimented with adding dairy back in, but not lactose, which I didn't even know was possible. I didn't know that was a thing, but it worked really well for me. So I'm gonna share a lot of that with you today. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with the things I like to use for cooking, because these are the biggest ones that are lactose free but not necessarily dairy free. So the first thing I have that is my tried and true, this is my favorite thing. I use it for every recipe. I use it for eating as a snack. I use it for everything. This is a sharp cheddar cheese. Now, as I've like gone through my journey of cutting out lactose from my diet, a lot of other people who are lactose free or just like online blogs and things like that say that you can eat hard cheeses because a lot of super aged hard cheeses don't have lactose. That's not entirely my experience, so that's why I want to talk about this one specifically. This is the Cabot Creamery, Cabot? I don't know how to pronounce it, y'all, but it's the seriously sharp cheddar cheese. They have other flavors, but the white cheddar is my favorite. I've used this as a replacement in all of my favorite recipes and not one has let me down. I use it in soups like chicken tortilla soup, things that I need to like have a cheese for, lasagna, pizza. I was really sad when I first realized I wasn't going to be able to eat like mozzarella on my pizza anymore, but I think I like white cheddar pizza better. And I know that sounds really strange, but it's been a really cool experience for me to realize I didn't have to cut out pizza, because for a long time I didn't eat it and it's one of my favorite things. I also will say I wasn't the biggest fan of vegan cheeses because I'd also had a period of time, like I said, where that's all I ate, and a lot of the vegan cheeses, they are made from things that are like, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what I'm putting in my body, like I don't even know what I'm eating because I don't know what this is made out of. They melt weird, or some don't melt at all, so they'll get really hot and they'll get creamy, I guess, or like a melty texture, but they'll still be in the string, like, you know, in the shred form, I guess. So I had interesting experiences with vegan cheese. and it was a game changer when I found this white cheddar block. And I get this at Sam's Club, that's why this is such a big one. It's a 2-pound block, and this lasts me forever. I bring it home, I shred it using my KitchenAid. Shout out to that. I have an attachment for my KitchenAid that shreds it, which is the best. And what I love about this one, like I was trying to mention, it literally says on the packaging, lactose free. So all of the blogs that say like you can eat any hard cheeses or any aged cheeses or whatever, there's certain rules. I've tried them and it doesn't always work for me. So that's why I felt really good about this one, because it has it right on the package, lactose free, and so I feel like I can trust that it's really not in there and it's not a gamble, it's for sure. So I love this. Now that I've talked for like 4 minutes about cheese, I thought I would throw this one in because I don't have a problem with this, but I want to say this is personal experience. I'm not telling you guys that this doesn't have lactose because I don't know, but I do get these Parmesan cheese blocks from Aldi, and I love it. It doesn't upset my stomach when I use it in small quantities. I never eat a ton of it, just like shred a little bit on top of like a pasta or a pizza kind of thing. And that works really well for me and it doesn't upset my stomach. So I just thought I'd throw that in. But it does not advertise that it's lactose free. So be careful if you're gonna try that one. Okay, next one is a heavy cream alternative. I did not even know this existed, and I was so happy when I figured this out because I use heavy cream in cooking a lot in recipes, soups, pasta sauce, making any of those kind of things that need cream or thickening. I was nervous about how that was going to go down, and just using almond or oat milk was not doing the trick. I actually found that the brand Silk has their own heavy whipping cream alternative. It's just, that's exactly what it's called. Dairy-free heavy whipping cream alternative. And this stuff is amazing. It is the best. I highly recommend it. This is dairy-free and lactose-free, obviously, because there's no dairy. So that is like amazing. It says gluten-free, keto-friendly, certified B Corp. So this is made with coconut oil, sunflower oil, bean protein, etc., a couple other things, but for the most part, pretty good. This is a game changer. It is a 1-for-1 replacement with regular heavy cream. It has the texture, it has what it needs for the flavor. I wouldn't be just drinking this, but like when you use it in a recipe, it works beautifully, so love that. Okay, the next ingredient I have, this one I was also shocked to find. Again, this is a lactose free, so it does have real dairy, real milk in it. This is the Good Culture lactose free sour cream, and I guess it's probiotic, I don't know, but they advertise simple ingredients. So this one contains cultured cream, enzymes, live and active cultures. That's it. So it does contain pasteurized milk. Keep that in mind if you're fully dairy free. But for me, just being lactose intolerant, this is also a game changer. I love using this. Quesadillas, tacos, putting it on top of like a bowl or whatever. I love it. 2 more. These are big coffee items because I'm a big coffee drinker, if you don't know. And coffee creamer is something that I've been trying like a different one every time I go to the store for as long as I know. I've tried so many different brands, so many different stores, and I have my holy grail #1 creamer in my opinion. It is the Silk almond milk creamer vanilla flavor, or French vanilla. I think it's just vanilla. I'll put it on the screen. It comes in the blue bottle. That is my favorite coffee creamer that I found that's dairy free, and like I said, it's almond milk based. But I also have another one that I wanted to shout out. This is newer, and I think it was limited edition, so I don't know if it's still out. This is the Chobani glazed donut creamer. What I thought was interesting here is that it's non-dairy, it's also no nuts. So if you have nut allergy or if you have both, this is a really cool option. It's not made with any sort of nut milk or anything like that. So that one's pretty amazing. Actually, let me grab it. Okay, I'm back. I really wanted to grab this creamer so that I could show you what it looks like and tell you more about it because first of all, it's maple glazed donut. I forgot to mention maple. It's so mapley. It's so good. They advertise it as non-dairy and vegan friendly, but I want to tell you what it's made out of because it also doesn't contain any nuts, which I thought was very interesting. So water, cane sugar, medium chain triglycerides, rapeseed oil, and then it contains 2% or less of natural flavors, calcium carbonate, pea protein, dipotassium phosphate, sea salt, sunflower lecithin, I don't know how to say that, and gellan gum. I know I'm not pronouncing those all correctly, and I know that also some of those scare me just because I don't know how to say it, but no nuts, no dairy. So I thought that was really cool, and it also lasts forever, you guys. I've had this one for I don't even know how long. It expires on January 12th, but like you only need a tiny bit because the flavors are so strong, and I've never really had that with a creamer before, so I was super impressed. Okay, that rounds out all of my like ingredients things, and now I just wanted to shout out really quickly one of my favorite snacks. So this is super random to throw in the video, but I felt like I had to include it. I miss chips. Okay, I have to say that. I used to love Cheez-Its, like that was my favorite snack ever, and I really held on to them as long as I could, and I kept eating them, but then they just kept making me sick, and I finally gave them up, which was hard because sometimes it felt worth getting sick because I loved Cheez-Its so much. So I had to find new things to snack on. I always used to like Doritos, and of course I like the chips that are like sour cream and cheddar, sour cream and onion, all of those, and a lot of times they contain milk somewhere in there, some form of milk or whey protein, something that contains lactose. So I wanted to share my favorite snack alternative, which is On the Border chips. Hear me out. On the Border makes tortilla chips. So I love the regular versions, which are just the regular tortilla chips, but they also have flavors that Angelo and I have tried. We buy them at Sam's Club. This big bag is less than $5. I think it's like $4, and it's the super size bag. But this is the salsa flavor, and then I also wrote down that I like Southwest flavor as well. I wanted to note that I like the Southwest a little better than the salsa, but I don't have it right now. But anyways, all of these chips are so good, and these, you can kind of see them, they remind me of Doritos. I haven't had Doritos in so long, so I know that it's probably completely different, but they, to me, felt like a good replacement. And also, these don't contain any milk at all. So that was a really exciting discovery, and I highly recommend testing them out if you're looking for like a chip alternative. Not that they're not chips, you guys. Like, I know they're still chips, but it's a tortilla chip. It's kind of different. I don't know. And I just really like them. I think they're delicious. Anyway, I'm gonna end off this video here because it's getting far too long. If you guys want more, totally let me know. These are just like my staples, and like I said, my holy grail item is this white cheddar block. So if I could have you take one thing away from this video, if you're lactose intolerant, give this a shot. It is so good. I'll also insert a disclaimer here that sometimes when I eat dairy, even if there's not lactose, I still get a little bit of a stomach ache if I eat too much of it, because I think I've like decreased my dairy intake by so much that my body is like a little bit shocked or like not used to it when I eat dairy again, if that makes sense. If you're lactose intolerant, you might know what I mean. So when I eat that, it doesn't make me feel the same way that lactose would make me feel, but I do get a little bit of a different kind of stomach ache, less severe by far. But I just wanted to say that as well. Anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment down below if you have any video requests. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel and supporting Vlogmas. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you guys. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!